not dead. No, Stream's not dead.
The rebels were unremarkable in appearance. They were dressed in the shabby clothes of abject rabble,
I had to deal with
spoke in coarse
child
voices, and had repulsive faces. But what caught the Lord Captain's attention was the look of strange, almost sinister anticipation in their eyes. This was no gathering of loud blasphemers or bored idlers. Only occasionally would they exchange brief, unintelligible remarks. As they stood in a frozen circle, their gazes turned toward the hulking structure in the center of the room. Bulky power transformers, cogitators, crates, and voxcasters took up most of the space. Against their background, the structure in the center stood out oddly, an enormous lens mounted on a stand. It caught the thin sunbeams that made their way through slits in the ceiling and crossed the half-lit room. Awareness test succeeded. Although barely visible behind the closed ranks of the insurgents, the rusted barrels with evidently flammable contents had not escaped the Lord Captain's keen eye. One good shot at those barrels would decimate the number of heretics on Rykad Minoris. As if commanded by a grim unseen force, the insurgents fell silent at once and, in a single movement, parted. A thick, sticky silence filled the room. The heretics' gazes were turned toward a metal structure with a lens on top of it, standing tall in the middle of a circle of melting candles, piles of books, and unholy symbols drawn on the floor. The structure flashed as a single sun ray illuminated it. A sound of bare feet broke the sinister silence as a man emerged from the deep shadows. Reeling, he entered the circle and collapsed on his knees in front of the enormous lens. Not a second had passed before many rebel hands gripped the fallen man's shoulders and hair. Remember, comrade, the last sun ray you behold will be yours only, shared with no one else, your holy final dawn, bellowed a lone heretic's voice amid the silent crowd. By the doing of someone's hands, the lens had turned, and its focused ray feasted on the prisoner's eyes. The blinded man's harrowing scream shook the very walls of the place. Consumed by the rite, the rebels had not yet noticed the stranger in their midst. The Lord Captain braced himself and suddenly faltered, as if something had stopped him. Dark shadows danced in the Lord Captain's glazed eyes, ghosts of the past that had risen at the sight of the warp atrocity and shackled the rogue trader's will. Breathing heavily, the Lord Captain
take a knee and bow before me.
Get to the dark powers.
Yeah, so blow up the barrels. Of course, you know, they all get to go first. Oh, this is two of them. Great. Stuck in a nice enclosed space.
This pain is meaningless. Only she can show me the true light. My comrade's deaths will not stop the rise of the new sun. My comrade's deaths will not stop the rise of the new sun. No one can stop the future. The sun will die. Aurora's prophecy will come to pass. This pain is meaningless. Only she can show me the true light.
Well, as far as we can go.
My comrade's deaths will not stop the rise of the new sun.
Just a minor setback.
Period, dude.
Out of my way!
No one can stop the future. The sun will die. Aurora's prophecy will come to pass.
Death to the weak!
This pain is meaningless. Only she can show me the true light. My comrade's deaths will not stop the rise of the new sun. No one can stop the future. The sun will die. Aurora's prophecy will come to pass. This pain is meaningless. Only she can show me the true light. My comrade's deaths will not stop the rise of the new sun. No one can stop the future. The sun will die. Aurora's prophecy will come to pass. This pain is meaningless. Only she can show me the true light.
I refuse. That is not the
My
Emperor's
comrade's
will.
deaths will not stop the rise of the new sun. No one can stop the future. The sun will die. Aurora's prophecy will come to pass.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
This pain is meaningless. Only she can show me the true light. My comrade's deaths will not stop the rise of the new sun.
Doubt is for the weak.
How could you miss that? You
No one can stop the future. The sun will die. Aurora's prophecy will come to pass.
Me.
Pain cleanses the body.
Yeah, kill her, please, because she
Death to
can't
non-believers.
This
hit.
pain is meaningless. Only she can
broadside of
show
a
me
barn.
the true
Serve
light.
the ruinous powers!
My comrade's deaths will not stop the rise of the new sun.
I'll pass.
No one can stop the
Oh,
future.
I thought
The
I
sun
started
will
with
die.
one charge.
Aurora's prophecy will come to pass. This pain is meaningless. Only she can show me the true light.
Watch and learn. Opposing me was your biggest
My comrade's deaths
mistake.
will not stop the rise of the new sun. No one can stop the future. The sun will die. Aurora's prophecy will come to pass.
Well, there's only one
This
target I
pain
can
is
make.
meaningless. Only she can show me the true
Burn
light.
for eternity.
Chaos guides
My comrade's
me.
deaths will not stop the rise of the new sun.
I bring ruin.
No one can stop the future. The sun will die. Aurora's prophecy will come to pass.
Ow.
This pain
she's
is
hurt.
meaningless. Only she can show me the true light. My comrade's deaths will not stop the rise of the new sun.
Was that you? Or
No one can stop the future. The sun will die. Aurora's prophecy will come to pass.
but of course.
This pain is meaningless. Only she can show me the true light.
Is the will of chaos.
My comrade's
Out of
deaths
my
will not
way.
stop the rise of the new sun. No one
Wow,
can stop the
he
future.
won't
The sun will die.
shut
Aurora's
up.
prophecy will come to pass.
So we'll make him shut up.
A dance of blades and shadows. This goes against the tenets.
No.
Trust me.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Oh, that takes two. I didn't realize it took two. No.
Explorers know one route forward. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
It will be done. Reduced to dust. tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
I will do my duty.
Great.
I'll do it. Faith without... But you, my emperor!
Oh, wow. That was cool. No damage. Oh, no. Oh, no. Blue horror.
Chaos
I didn't see we had one of those. Two of those. Oh, no, 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 no.
Death to non-believers!
Suits my purposes. Nothing of value has been lost. All too easy. Suits my purposes.
Commander of the Cultist. Perfect. Burn for
Already
eternity.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Will do. On it. I know what is to come.
Enjoy your luck while you still draw breath.
Yeah, see, I'm in full cover, and he just shot me through full cover like it is nothing.
I bring mercy and retribution.
I'm gonna have to take more damage.
As the tenets demand.
I'm a member.
If I may. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Emperor, give me strength. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
No! Oh, good. I thought we destroyed our cover.
binary override. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Dismantling attack, secondary weapon. I see. Like, why does he have two of them? Because he can use either weapon.
Request approved.
We'll rule the stars themselves.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. At your beck and call.
Victory on fewer tongues. Follow my lead.
We should deal with this.
Chaos guides me.
An
Nearly dead.
exemplary strike. My ears are ringing.
0 damage.
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless.
I love that. The Veil of Protection is working well. I feel bad that it takes so much damage to, does so much damage to her, but it's absolutely worth it.
I don't have
Why can't I
time for
jump
this.
there?
Suits my person. Opposing me was your biggest mistake. Not my specialty.
Well, don't have a lot more I can do.
Nothing
Bye,
I
y'all.
can't do.
Such a cheap move. I love it. Oh, look, I'm back in full cover. I guess I should reply to you if you saw me.
They who discern the future own the battlefield. That is not my destiny.
Apparently you can't aim at anyone.
I shall not fail. Death is a blessing.
I have read tomes of military tactics. As duty demands.
Just so devastating.
I'm afraid not.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful. My vow is to serve. Running binaric override. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Indeed. It will be done. I will do my duty. At your beck and...
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Nothing of value has been lost.
The archenemy's foul fingerprints are all over this place. A nest of wickedness. The heretics met the only end possible. Death at the hands of faithful servants of the Emperor.
Sighted.
Whisper and be heard. Just as he ordained.
Duty prevails.
Is Barks off? Yeah.
The markings on this Voxcaster clearly indicate that it belongs to the planetary wardens. There are visible scratches and traces of blood on the device. The cogitator's screen reads, access code required.
Pascal?
The machine spirits look favorably upon you. You overcome the cogitator's defenses. A message archive loads up. Judging by the accompanying notes, the messages were meticulously transferred from paper to the sacred machine storage. New missive, heed the words of a harbinger of Aurora. Let it be known to you that the prophesied hour is nigh, and the faithful must triple their efforts. Those who stand in the way of our salvation must be swept away. Let it be revealed to you that the enemy is about to receive reinforcements. Remember the name, Ignatius von Valancius. His ship has already entered the system. We should expect this enemy to appear near our positions. Whoever rids our comrades of this threat will be granted Aurora's special blessing, a chance to stand at the prophet's side when the hour comes. Be vigilant. Let the final dawn come. New missive, Aurora's harbingers wish you to know, comrades, that the Von Valancius ship is heading for the navigator's station. You've got time to prepare a warm welcome for the enemy. New missive, Von Valancius's ship has set off for Rykad Ephilia. We pray that our comrades there manage to vanquish Aurora's enemy on their own. But you must anticipate the worst and do everything to make sure Von Valancius's path definitively ends on Rykad Minoris. Tell the harbingers we've intercepted a convoy of the governor's underlings who were supposed to meet that Von Valancius bloke. Only one out of the whole convoy got away, but he's not long for this world. No one's making it to the governor's hole, not that youngster or the ones he's supposed to meet. Our comrades have got their hands on a guard's Voxcaster, and these fools have no clue we can hear all their comms. We know their every movement and we're going to throw them a fine welcome party. Aurora must have no doubts that we'll do whatever it takes to stop her enemies. Let the final dawn come.
Wow.
Aurora's sermon. It's coming, it's drawing ever nearer. Heed the word of Aurora. Abandon all your mundane affairs. Ambition is but dust. Desire is but rust upon the metal of the soul. The final dawn is coming. It will put an end to all worldly vanity.
Follow my lead.
Message from the cache on Rykad Minoris. A harbinger reports, Brother Twilight and his people were unsuccessful. A dangerous enemy, Ignatius von Valancius, foiled his plans. The duty is now upon us, Aurora's followers, to succeed where Twilight failed. This vault can be opened via the cogitator. All that remains is to figure out how to awaken the machine spirit by supplying it with the motive force.
The motive force will not be able to pass through an open circuit. The cables should be examined and all sacred nodes should be checked. Access received.
Never doubt me.
You managed to decipher the technical litany. According to it, in order to perform the ritual of the motive force you must supply power. Make sure the relay is closed. Check that the damper is latched and the supplementary external relay is shut. The supply must be correctly distributed, and in no case must the flow be reset before the circuit is closed. Nothing but a pile of shards remains of the sinister lens that the heretics used to burn out the eyes of devout cultists.
The
The ritual site is covered in ominous heretical symbols, each of which is unmistakably emanating the malevolent power of the warp.
Victory awaits.
Nothing happens.
Is an irrefutable certainty.
A new challenge for me? Something of interest. Over there!
I do what I must. Just as I was taught.
The
These
Emperor
enormous humming
favors me
transformers
today.
must be part of a single and much larger mechanism that supplies power to the whole hive.
Grant me the wisdom to perceive.
Blood is my life. Death is my duty. Just as he ordained.
I'll lay claim to the
Attention to
stars.
detail is the key to success.
The machine
Unlocked.
god grants me insight.
Nothing happens.
I do what I must.
I'm not sure how that was set off after we disabled it.
Rebels, soldiers, and ordinary workers, everyone perished under the rubble of the ruined bridge and buildings.
It's about time.
Okay, so let's run back there and see what it says we're supposed to do, because I'm like, forgot the exact verbiage. Do this, 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 and this.
You managed to decipher the technical litany. According to it, in order to perform the ritual of the motive force you must supply power. Make sure the relay is closed. Check that the damper is latched and the supplementary external relay is shut. The supply must be correctly distributed, and in no case must the flow be reset before the circuit is closed. You
And
managed to
no-
decipher the technical litany. According to it, in order to perform the ritual of the motive force you must supply power. Make sure the relay is closed, check that the damper is latched and the supplementary external relay is shut. The supply must be correctly distributed, and in no case must the flow be reset before the circuit is closed.
Yeah, I want you to go ahead and let me open what I was trying to open. There it is. So I can put this in here. Oh, look, now we have a nice note on what we need to do.
I won't
So
tolerate
we need
weakness.
to supply power.
The circuit is broken. It looks like you will have to start everything from scratch. Nothing happens. Access received. Nothing happens. Access received.
Follow my lead.
Nothing happens. Your secular attempt to front the machine spirits. May the blind be forgiven for their ignorance. Nothing happens. Your secular attempt to front the machine spirits. May the blind be forgiven for their ignorance. Nothing happens. Your secular attempt to front the machine spirits. May the blind be forgiven for their ignorance. Access received.
Irrefutable certainty.
Okay, what did I miss on this?
A new challenge for me?
Nothing happens.
Grants me insight.
I'm missing some piece to this.
The motive force will not be able to pass through an open circuit. The cable should be examined and all sacred nodes should be checked. Access received.
Victory awaits.
Nothing happens.
I'm missing some clue to this, and my brain is not working.
Nothing happens.
Your secular attempt to front the machine spirits. May the blind be forgiven for their ignorance.
Well, then why don't you help? Because this one goes to there, which flows back to here. You said no on this one. This one also comes into here. Which then also flows out back to the machine. So I would think it'd be this then this, but it didn't do anything.
Nothing happens.
Successful.
I'm missing something.
At this archetype rank, characters gain talents that grant passive bonuses and improvements. Area attacks deal an additional +3 damage for each enemy in the area of effect. When the warrior takes damage, they gain +11% dodge, stacks up to 3 times and resets after a successful dodge. If the warrior has not attacked this turn, they gain +22% armor. Charge and slash do not affect this bonus.
So if we only charge or slash...
When the warrior uses a single shot attack or a melee attack against a target, the warrior gains +17% armor against attacks made by that target for 1 round.
Okay. Yeah, no, I saw that it was earlier. It just didn't show up for a bit. I don't know. I didn't see that it was off ever. Does it seem good so far or since then or what?
The damage dealt by charge is increased by +10 when the ability is used from a distance of 5 or more cells. Increases charge distance by +3 cells.
I like that.
At the start of the operative's turn, the enemy with the largest number of exploits receives an additional exploit stack. If 2 or more enemies are tied for the largest number of exploit stacks, one of those enemies is chosen at random. Character level required.
Gotta get to 14. What should we do?
Whenever the soldier deals damage, their critical damage is increased by +1% until the end of combat. Cover efficiency is increased by +10% for full cover and +20% for half cover. Healing an ally with a medikit in combat restores additional wounds equal to medici/10. Using medikits costs 1 app less.
I need to get that on my guy.
Strength. You already have this feature.
Just making sure. Which one was I doing? Yeah, that one.
Allies that are targeted by the navigator's abilities gain +5 to all resistance tests against warp effects caused by daemons, psychic powers, navigator powers, etc. until the end of combat. The effect stacks with every applied ability. Navigator powers deal +1 additional damage for every 5 bonus characteristic of the navigator's currently equipped staff. Castigating, infusing, and devastating count as characteristics for this talent. Whenever an enemy fails a resistance test against a navigator's power, attacks against them gain +30% critical hit chance. The effect stacks but is reset by a critical hit. Enemies affected by the navigator's powers suffer a stacking 10 penalty to the next resistance test from the navigator's powers. The penalty is lost after such a test is made. Every enemy the navigator has in their line of sight has its dodge and hit chance reduced by 5.
Wow! It's amazing, sir! It's amazing!
Whenever the operative attacks an enemy that is at full wounds, that attack deals +14% more damage to that enemy. At the start of the operative's turn, the enemy with the largest number of exploits receives an additional exploit stack. If 2 or more enemies are tied for the largest number of exploit stacks, one of those enemies is chosen at random. Anytime an ability or talent uses the Fellowship bonus, a Voidborn character can instead use the Intelligence bonus if it is higher. Additionally, Voidborn characters can always upgrade Intelligence even if their archetype does not allow it. The Death Cult Assassin's allies deal +2 + AGI bonus % more damage to enemies if both the ally and their target stand on the blood-covered cells. Each time the Death Cult Assassin parries or dodges an attack, all enemies with the blood-stained effect suffer +1 stack of this effect. A creature with the blood-blessed or blood-stained effect gains +1 stack of this effect whenever bleeding, burning, or toxin is inflicted on it.
Might do this later. Oh, we can't get more? $60 for carouse wouldn't be bad to go up. Resist damage. I'm gonna get that, so whenever we get a force weapon, we can switch to it.
It's about time.
I need Force Blade. But we don't have one yet. I want Force Swords and Power Swords.
The voices belonging to the many residents of the lower levels merge into a single humming noise, unnerving and oppressive, much like the surrounding catacombs.
First I hear some wicked laughter, now I'm seeing higher-ups in our dump. Must be going mad.
You feel a slight prickling sensation at the back of your head. The barrier between the worlds has grown so thin here that you can feel a breeze coming from the other side.
Oh, great.
First I hear some wicked laughter, now I'm seeing higher-ups in our dump. Must be going mad.
A toxic flow of murky liquid comes down from the higher levels via ancient, rusted pipes.
Incredible. Your heart, esteemed Magos, shines with a kaleidoscope of colors, albeit one made of metal.
You hear shrill, baleful giggling coming from behind you, and it is getting louder, but there is no one there.
We know the higher passions granted by the Omnisire, the aversion to tech corruption, the blessing of compliance with the canon of maintenance, and the satisfaction of effective devotional service.
Spare my life. I'm begging you.
Spare my life, I'm begging you.
Searching is my observance.
Under the layer
The
of soot and grime,
premonition
you
runs
notice an
true.
unholy symbol scratched into the wall, and one look at it is enough to make you nauseous. Someone is watching you.
I barely have anything left, but I'll give it all to you. Just please don't kill me. First I hear some wicked laughter, now I'm seeing higher-ups in our dump. Must be going mad.
This filthy excuse for a table is smeared with someone's dinner consisting of algae and corpse starch.
None shall stand in my way.
Have mercy, I've already been robbed blind.
Is there not another way in or out of this place? Nope. Almost looks like there's something over there, but I didn't see a way to get across it or anything. Yeah. Oh no.
Soldiers wreak havoc on enemy lines from a distance, constantly moving in and out of cover and finding the best angle for another devastating burst attack.
A new challenge for me?
Toughness TGH provides characters with bonus wounds. It also affects the Karas skill. Base Karas is equal to toughness.
Careful with that next time, would you? We don't need showers. Not that kind, anyways. But welcome.
Some 10 people, children among them, are huddling together in fear. You see that half of them have black holes where their eyes used to be. Some maintain a gloomy silence. Others are wailing. Several armed insurgents are carefully watching over the terrified hostages, snapping every now and then at someone for shaking too much or crying too loudly.
Come to your senses, Harold. Look what you're doing to your own family.
A woman of about 60, grey-haired but still strong, is kneeling before a stocky man with a thick pure white beard, stretching her arms toward him.
Take pity on us. Let us go.
Stop talking and embrace redemption. Our children have gained true sight, while you still believe the lie.
Upon seeing you, the man points his weapon at you. The other insurgents do the same.
Who are you and why are you here?
What are you trying to save them from? And who is behind all of this?
At Aurora's behest, Aurora is a great prophet and a great warrior. Their face is shrouded, but their gaze pierces the veil of time and sees into the future. I always knew the governor's dogs were hiding the truth from us, and now, the day has come, a prophet has come to Rykad Minoris and opened our eyes. The end of the world is coming, the final dawn, and only those who accept Aurora's truth will survive it.
His mind and soul are pierced by shards of a colorful deception. Fuse once twisted by despair and the Immatrium's influence can never be the same again.
Pasquale's vox hisses furiously.
Layperson, cognition is not your primary function. You are saving your kin by holding them at gunpoint and believe that burning their eyes will grant them sight. It is evident that the author of the demagogic teaching that confused you meant to make a mockery of your deplorable intellect.
Wow! Wow! That man.
Abelard's face turns a deep red.
To cast your own children into the thrall of heresy, to drown your progeny in this filth with your own hands.
I remember when the Vizier used to sew our eyes shut so that his young spinners would see the truth.
Kibela's voice sounds hollow, but there are glowing embers of fury in her eyes.
Our ritual was one of service to him. It tempered and prepared us for our duty. What you are working here is despicable heresy, a blasphemous mockery of our sacred disciplines.
Are all these people your family?
All of my adopted and blood children are here. I raised them all as my own, and now I must protect them, help them see.
No, you tell me who you are and what you're doing to these unfortunate individuals.
I'm the chief. My former name, Harold, is meaningless now. I am a father leading his family to deliverance from woes, to salvation. Aurora has opened my eyes to the truth, and my children will see it.
Harold, spare us. Spare your children.
You've been torturing your own family in order to save them? You've been blinding them so they could see the truth?
Those who lack faith cannot grasp the truth and will not be saved.
The old man is obstinate, but you sense that the confidence in his voice has diminished.
You want to meet the real me now?
Allow me to introduce myself.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Aurora, whatever that is, has exploited your naivety. Can't you see? You're causing nothing but suffering.
But all I wanted was to save
The man drops his weapon and covers his face with his hands in desperation. You hear several short sobs.
There's no washing the blood from your hands, but you could at least let us go. Harold, the ones you haven't mutilated yet.
The old man gestures to the other insurgents, who lower their weapons. Then he shifts his gaze to you, trying to hold back tears.
What happens to us now?
Family will be taken care of. As for you, you shall be sentenced to death for heresy.
The old man's body falls to the ground. As soon as the hostages see it, they start moving faster and soon disappear around the bend.
We're in one piece. Everything will be all right, won't it?
We need to investigate.
Ooh, a bolt pistol. We might use that. And grenades. Grenades are nice.
The web serves. The shadows reveal their secrets.
Well, good.
Just as I was taught.
Halt! I noticed something.
Yep, another trap.
Just as he ordained.
Because why not have all the traps?
Success is measured in blood, yours and your enemies. Join up at your hive's nearest Astra Militarum mobile conscription center. The cover was haphazardly assembled from whatever the rebels could find.
Victory awaits.
The goods in this stall are a stark contrast to the rest of the nearby shops. The jars are labeled, all-purpose synth powder, fills you up no matter what. Made in Necromunda's best factories.
It's about time.
It's chick down over here. Get all the loot. I didn't shout at you. I was very calm and polite, cruel thing.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Arise, let us welcome the new light together.
Fight heresy, serve a higher purpose, safeguard humanity's dominion. Serve the Emperor in your heart and deeds when you join the ranks of his illustrious army, the Astra Militarum.
Can you hear it? The future is coming. My eyes are blind, but I can finally see it.
Over there.
Watch out. I do what I must. Fortune smiles on us, an ill omen. The Vizier, would he be proud? Am I? Just as I was taught. Just as he ordained. The Vizier, would he be proud?
Clearly oblivious to your presence, the soldier mutters incoherently and does not react to anything around him.
Can you hear it? The future is coming. My eyes are blind,
None
but
shall
I can
stand
finally
in
see
my
it.
way.
We should deal with this.
Deal with this. Where's this?
Arise, let us welcome the new light together.
A new challenge for me.
I do not see anything of import. Time to go to the command center.
Can you hear it? The future is coming. My eyes are blind, but I can finally see it.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
You are going to stumble upon some rumors from time to time. Whether to check their credibility or leave them be, the decision is yours.
Always check. Hey, level 14. I need all the things.
Any Blade Dancer attacks made with a sword deal an AGI bonus % additional damage. This bonus damage is doubled if using a two-handed sword.
There we go, that's what we want. Majoris. Can't do those. Alright, well, we'll give you strength.
Features bolter weapon proficiency.
Nope, gotta go here, because I need to do... Wait, why? Oh, you gotta be higher level because you're not a sanctioned psyker. So she can't get it till 19. I thought I knew what I was going to do with her. Now it just kind of made me be like, right. Oh, I need to get this one on my character. Adari weapon proficiency could be interesting. Might do that on... Oh no. We need to lure Xenos on our Blade Lady, because I was thinking Aldari weapons may be considered power weapons, that it could actually work really well on her to do power, Aldari power swords. I like that. Ballistic skill wouldn't be bad, but I'm going to go perception, I think, on her, because she has a number of things based on perception.
The navigator starts all turns, including extra turns, with +3 additional movement points. The first ally targeted by the navigator with a single target ability each turn gains the same amount of additional movement points.
Thank you
for the next turn.
Allow me to introduce myself.
We are the Emperor's
We'll go
chosen.
ballistic skill on him because we're going to stay ranged. Did we... Plasma and Melter, yes, we started doing Plasma and Melter on him, so we should do that. Lean into Plasma and Melt on him. She's the one we need to lure Xenos on so that we can get the Xenos weapons. What was the one that said that every so often they can use their ability without costing wounds and instead heal wounds? That could be good too. Here we go. This is the one. Blade Dancer has killed 4 enemies in total. The next ability that costs wounds costs no wounds. We're going to do that on her. All right.
The formidable Shell's 4 large caliber weapons are being stored right in the command center.
They're scrabbling around, digging into my skull from the inside. It's like nails dragging down these metal walls.
I have conducted a visual survey of the locale. The bunker's metal cladding is full and undamaged.
This cogitator looks a lot older and more worn than the ones next to it. However, it has evidently been well cared for. Numerous parts have been replaced, not a single key is jammed, and fresh seals with prayers to the Omnisar adorn its surface. One of the side panels has been removed. Bundles of gold notch cables run from inside to a small data crypt that was connected only a short while ago.
Nice.
The screen reads, awaiting access code.
Pascal, you're up.
You have bypassed the security layers. The cogitator is ready to reveal its secrets.
See the sacred contraption 7825M.
Upon Lord Abel's orders, the archives of every Augur station on Rykad Minoris and the 2 primary satellites of Rykad Star have been queried. Said satellites are named Magus Maruf and Sapphire the Keen, after 2 great champions of faith, whose external cogitators were placed inside the satellite's cores after their shells perished. The purpose of the sacred computation requested by the Lords is to uncover the external influence behind the ongoing insurgency.
Interesting.
Computation result, positive. Multiple instances of interference and malfunction detected, suggesting that the ships moving across the system deliberately blinded the sacred Augur's eyes. The first of these ships is thought to have arrived 2 Rykad Minoris cycles ago, early in the winter. The most recent one arrived a month ago. Lord Abel's conclusion, the insurrection on the planet had been long in the making, with the participation of external actors. It is alleged that 2 cycles ago, Aurora arrived in the Rykad system, the rumored unholy prophet of the insurgents. The subsequent ship movements can be attributed to weapon deliveries. But what is the nature of their activity near Rykadi Filia? Governor Medinia's attention must be drawn to. The final entry cuts off abruptly.
Oh, that's great.
The satellite Magus Maruf reports that a ship has translated into the system. Its signature is consistent with the records of the flagship of a rogue trader dynasty, House von Valencius. The satellite Sapphire the Keen reports that a ship drifting nearby has hurriedly sped away. The ship had sent an encrypted Vox transmission to the insurgent-controlled areas of the surface of Rykad Minoris. Another transmission was directed to planetoid Rykadi Filia. Both transmissions were signed Brother Twilight. Their contents could not be decrypted. The entry contains planet-side coordinates marked as heavy Augur station jamming, possibly a hidden insurgent base.
What do you think? I think yes.
These heavy chains are used to adjust the height of the command platform.
You're a failure, Governor.
The tall, dark-skinned man turns toward you and greets you in a curt military manner.
Faisal Rykadi AB Mediniyev Koronis, Governor of this star system. Welcome to my temporary headquarters.
The man's gaze falls on a Bellard, his eyes slightly narrow.
The Syrian.
Abelard nods dryly. Governor Medini, my greetings. The governor's expression changes drastically when he sees Cassir. Lady Navigator, what an honor. I never thought that House Orsleo would grace our world with a visit. I only wish I could have received you under different circumstances. Cassir purses her lips, and an echo of grief knocks the wind out of those present.
House Orsleo is grateful for the support that you have provided to Uruk these many years.
Then the governor notices Kibela's clothes, and his eyes go wide. He adds, softly and cautiously,
This woman, she is your bodyguard, I presume, or is she here too?
He stops, choosing not to finish his question.
I'm not seeing the convoy I'd sent to meet you. What happened? Did they fail to find and escort you? If that is so, I promise you their punishment will be swift and severe.
Do you and Abelard have something between you two that I should be made aware of? Or should I execute you for your disgrace to my house?
No, of course not. An old misunderstanding, over a century old by now. It isn't worth your time, Lord Captain.
The convoy was ambushed and massacred. The only surviving soldier turned out to be a traitor and was personally executed by me.
That is an outrage. I will have the personnel vetting procedure changed immediately. The slightest suspicion will be grounds for arrest. Your Lordship, before we proceed with discussing the matters that are of interest to you, there is a question I feel compelled to ask. It was only recently that Lady Theodora was the head of House von Valencius. I have received no word of her demise. How is it that you are now the rogue trader?
So I have no choice but to tell them heretics. Our ship was attacked, Theodora was killed, and I had to claim my inheritance. That is all you need to know.
The governor frowns, and a deep shadow falls over his face.
Rogue trader von Valencius, slain. Unthinkable. Please accept my deepest and most sincere condolences, Your Lordship. Do not hesitate to let me know how I might be of help.
I need fresh crew to replace those killed on the attack, and I need material compensation.
The governor bows his head in acceptance.
Of course, Your Lordship. You will be compensated for any losses, and I'll see to it personally that your ship's holds are filled with the finest goods from my personal reserves.
Abelard nods in approval and remarks quietly,
Excellent, Your Lordship. A rogue trader has no use for leniency. I can offer you several thousand fine, obedient servants. However, I'm sad to inform you that I won't be able to do it until we've dealt with the insurgency on the planet. I'm sure you won't have to wait long. The rabble will soon be duly punished for their heretical scheming.
By the way, Konrad Weitger, if he happens to be here, he is to be turned over to me at once, as he is a betrayer of the dynasty, and his head is wanted by me directly.
Voigtver is a traitor? Why? Any family, however noble, has an unworthy scion or two. Naturally, we will surrender him should we find him within my jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I have no information regarding his location. However,
the governor pauses to think.
We have a cogitator here at the command center. It's connected to a data crypt from Lorge's Able Sanctum. It aggregated all the Lex Mechanic reports. Unfortunately, the access prayer for it is unknown to me. If you manage to convince the stubborn machine, you might learn something about Conrad's movements. I hazard he fled from you on a ship, not on a pair of wings.
Officer Sergeant Melgar and his soldiers have been valiantly defending your spaceport.
The sergeant who managed to impress a person of such noble standing will be recommended for decoration.
Would there happen to be a Heinrichs by the Most Holy Inquisition within your system? Is he here?
The governor lowers his voice.
I do. Master Van Kallax has left for the hallowed electrodynamic Cenobiome. It's an ancient monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I don't know what his objectives are. Needless to say, insurgent activity has been observed in the monastery's vicinity, but I suppose that's too petty of a problem for an agent of the Most Holy Inquisition. Besides, I have already sent a small detachment of reinforcements there.
They're dead.
The weapon the insurgents were using to shoot down shuttles over the city has been destroyed. Now nothing is preventing you from returning to your ship. If you wish to find Master Van Kallax, you should go to the Cenobiome of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Notes of anxiety creep into the voice that rattles from Pasquale's vox.
On behalf of the priesthood of Mars, I, Magus Haynuman, am officially initiating my participation in the operation. I must inspect the state of the relic and assure myself that it is under zero risk of falling into heretic hands. According to the Catechism of Maintenance and Operation, my tech comrades were supposed to lock the monastery gates against laypeople and activate the traps. I deem it optimal that an ordained magus should provide his assistance.
That would be nice, would it not?
I categorically object.
The governor clenched his fist.
As much as I respect the sanctity of your monastery, I have on my hands a whole capital that needs to be attended by the Omnisar's servants. We have lost many eminent tech priests. Incidentally, one of them perished in that same monastery. Mechanical failures could occur at any moment. Putting it bluntly, you may consider yourself forcibly recruited into the city's defense forces.
Medini and Pasquale glare at each other, their unyielding gazes like crossed swords.
The esteemed Magos is part of my retinue. You have no right to give him orders.
You mistake me for a fool. I know that he arrived separately from you, and I would bet my life that no.
The governor's voice dies down in the low growl of a drilling mechadendrite. Its tip is directed straight at the bridge of his nose. Medini clears his throat and grumbles stubbornly.
So this is the negotiation technique you have resorted to? Do you think this is the first time I have been threatened with a weapon? No, but this could be your last.
Pasquale's voice is akin to the sound produced by his drilling implement, steady and calm, but ready to explode at a moment's notice with the crunching of bone and the squelching of tearing flesh.
I am heading to the monastery because I must. Is that clear?
The governor mutters through gritted teeth.
Abundantly so, Magus.
It'd be a pleasure to assist at Suriname the Omniscient reach in the sanctum.
Thank you for your cooperation, your lordship.
The drill stops.
As compensation for your consideration of my request, I, Magus Haynuman, officially undertake to accompany you in the Rykad system in the role of bodyguard and to protect you at all costs until your life function cease, but only within the limits of the Rykad system. You're Haynuman, glad you're alive.
The governor raises his eyebrow and stares at the tech priest in surprise, but refrains from further commentary.
Pascal, what's so special about the cerubium relic? What is it that draws your attention, the interrogator of the Inquisition?
I have never been there before, but I would presume that the sacred relic of the reactor is capable of great destruction should it end up in heretic hands. The fury of the freed machine spirits, once released from the sacred circuit, will destroy everything around them. The degree of damage inflicted may render the world of Rykad Minoris uninhabitable. Heresy must be purged from those blessed halls. I declare any desecrator who defiles the relic's power a Category 3 blasphemer deserving of immediate execution.
Why not shell the monastery? Is that where the insurgents have gathered or deploy landing force?
Fulfilling this request puts the monastery in danger of major destruction. The
You want to
consequences
meet
of this
the
decision
real
for the
me
world
now?
of Rykad Minoris could be catastrophic.
Allow me to introduce myself.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Thank you for the ball. Governor, what has you perplexed about my companion's name?
The governor looks at Pasquale with curiosity.
According to the reports we've received, Lorge's Abel Haynuman set off for the hallowed electrodynamic Cenobiome a short while before it was stormed. I'm glad to find out that you're safe. Perhaps you possess information on Master Van Kallax?
Pasquale's vox rasps in confusion.
My name is Pasquale Haynuman, not Abel. I know nothing about such a person.
What do you know about Abel, Governor?
I've never met him in person. That esteemed Lorge supervised the work of Rykad Minoris's Lex Mechanics for many years. However, he rarely left his cyber chapel, and I never had the honor of making his acquaintance. A true anchorite.
Why did he flee to the monastery? Seems suspicious.
When a Lorges of the Adeptus Mechanicus wants to go somewhere, we don't ask why, your lordship.
And where can we get information on this individual?
I would have suggested that you inspect the esteemed Lorges' sanctum, but it was destroyed by the rebels. We recovered several data crypts and connected them to the cogitators at the command post. They might provide you with some information.
It is amazing that a mechanical voice from a vox can sound so confused.
That name might have been used as a signal intelligible only to its intended recipient. In that case, its bearer might be Archmagus Amanat, initiating an investigation and data collection procedure.
Idira tenses up and listens, then turns around sharply to face Pasquale.
I can hear my friend snide whispers through the door. Be careful on your search, Magus. If you stare into a shattered mirror for too long, you might see yourself in it, in every shard at once. Mending it is that much more of a tainted affair then. The new reflection is deathlike.
I see.
Glad to be of service, your lordship.
Are you so confident that you'll crush the insurrection soon? My own impression has been quite opposite of that.
Is that so?
The governor maintains his composure.
I'd like to hear your reasoning.
The insurgency is headed by a certain Aurora prophet who, according to their followers, possess mystical powers.
The rabble's usual superstitions. I'm sure this Aurora is a charlatan muttering some doggerel, which their dim followers think to be magic spells. This does, of course, warrant their eventual burning in the furnace of penance, but it does not point to there being anything special about this insurgency.
The insurgents also are using arch-enemy artifacts, enchanted lenses to perform unholy sorcery.
I've heard about these lenses. What makes you think they are enchanted? Any fool can light a fire with a magnifying glass. That's no sorcery.
The insurgents managed to steal a voxcaster, and they've been listening to all of your communications.
It's not much, but it is something. I will order an audit of our equipment and see to it that our communication channels are more closely monitored going forward. However, it was only the accidental success of an otherwise disorganized mob of heretics, who have no understanding of the art of war.
And you have scores of crazed people with scorched eyes stalking the city.
The insurgents are maiming their own. Good.
And they also talk of the final dawn, the impending demise of your world.
Yet another superstition. Surely you don't expect me to believe in it?
You ought to leave your bunker more often, Governor. I've only recently arrived in the system, and I've already know much more about what's going on than you do.
The governor's eyes darken, but your unwavering gaze makes him give in.
All right. Perhaps I've underestimated the mutiny, writing it off as the rabble's usual nonsense. However, if it does involve corruption and an underground cult, this needs to be investigated. I'll assign additional resources to it and take the issue seriously. You have my word, your lordship.
That is all. Wow. That guy. Oh no, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. No, it's not a big deal.
This cogitator looks a lot older and more worn than the ones next to it. However, it has evidently been well cared for. Numerous parts have been replaced, not a single key is jammed, and fresh seals with prayers to the Omnisar adorn its surface. One of the side panels has been removed. Bundles of gold notch cables run from inside to a small data crypt that was connected only a short while ago. I cannot see the secret design, but I can sense it, shackled in stasis. The minds of the initiated are slumbering in the neural harness of their vows. I am registering an impulse of change. I surmise a potential influence on the stasis of the secret design. There came a time when the spiral was turned into a circle, but the cycle can be discontinued.
Okay.
The revelation granted by the Omnisar to Lord Gisable in the course of his Darte meditation has been recorded verbatim. Lord Gisable is seeking an audience with the Venerable Dar Impulse 6 who may assist in interpreting the revelation. A request has been sent to the Governor's Palace for a shuttle flight to the electrodynamic Xenobiome. A message has also been sent to the Furibunda system.
The cycle can be discontinued. I recognize the words.
The voice from the Vox is soft and pensive, barely audible over the static noise.
I believe I know the intended recipient of the message in the Furibunda system. It was me, Omnisar. Grant me the wisdom to fathom this mystery.
Cool. We'll leave the governor and hope that he can burn in his home for his stupidity. I believe we've cleared everything. Rykad. So we've already done this and this. Unidentified void ship. That's actually new.
Augurs notice a large object among the lifeless rocks covering the planet. A void ship, whose signature and origin are impossible to identify from orbit, is resting on the edge of a deep ravine. The hull of the unidentified vessel is severely damaged, rocks around it shattered by the force of the gigantic machine's crash landing. The Augurs haven't detected any vital signs aboard or near the vessel.
Send a squad to the planet to explore the void ship. Can't save here. Well, I figured it's worth checking.
The landing party reports via Vox as soon as they touch down. The colossal void ship before them is covered with spikes. It resembles a morbid beast sculpted from darkness itself, menacingly hanging over the ravine. An experienced veteran accurately determines the origin of the unholy vessel. It belongs to the Xenos race called Druckery. Ready to collapse at any moment, the void ship emits a long woeful creak as if promising to drag along into the abyss below anyone who dares to disturb its slumber.
Oh, Chad. Oh, Chad, I need your help. Which option should we go with? What do you guys think? Kind of was thinking either 1 or 4, but I wish they gave some indication on which ones you can do, or if it's only one option and that's all you get. Okay. Abelard. Find out what the Xenos were doing on the Rykad system. Take the heat of the Seneschal. Recommendations. And order a full regiment to be deployed.
After 2 watches of hard labor, the workers managed to stabilize the Druckery void ship. The soldiers who entered the vessel were met with lifeless bodies of Xenos who had died when the void ship crashed. The void ship itself, following its abominable nature, came to life, immediately craving to sate its wicked appetite for human death. The vessel's systems have reacted to the intruders, and senselessly cruel, deadly traps have been activated on all decks. Monstrous contraptions designed to mince, rip apart, and incinerate their victims took the soldiers by surprise but were neutralized before the squad suffered significant losses. The soldiers found several curious pieces of xenotech on the sinister void ship but no data that could shed some light on why it came to the Rykad system.
That counts as a primitive sword? I mean, we're gonna have to use it. If we can. Blast pistol. Ooh-wee. Monofilament grenades. Yikes! No! We can't use it. Why can't we use it? Drukhari weapon for proficiency.
Druckery weapon proficiency allows the character to use Druckery weapons.
We gotta get that on someone. We might not get it on our character, we might get it on our lady friend, but then should not be using dual wield. I was hoping to use it because look at that, that's 12 to 18. That's a lot of damage for a one-hander. And let me guess, Drukhari weapons as well, and he doesn't have it yet. Hey! It's all right, we gotta work on it. Oh, we do need to make sure you are equipped with one of these. Okay, let's see. You have one that does 1420. Excellent. Bonus to fellowship. No. I need her to get that. Interesting. Medium chainmail. No, she's our medium armor. Heretical. Heretical. It's what we're already wearing. She's our only heretical follower. But she doesn't wear medium armor. That's kind of frustrating. Oh, we were gonna do that. Bolt pistol. Yeah, 8 to 12. Look at that. Cool. And then we were going to switch your bolter out with this one because it's single shot, does more damage. And if you're going to go for multi-shot, you might as well go with this until we get you a heavy bolter. Jeez. Jeez. Yeah, we're good at. Just to make sure we geared up on a few items that we had so we can try. But, oh yeah, we can't use the best gear that we just picked up because we don't have the feet. Blech. It's disappointing. So this is the electrodynamics compendium. This is the starport. This is the bunker. Yeah, that's what we need to do.
We'll cover the landing area, your lordship. Glory to the von Valancius dynasty.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Lay people unworthy of entering the hallowed Cenobiome humbly said their prayers next to this computational altar.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Did you fail? You had a 95% chance of success, and you rolled at 5%. Why did you roll in that one?
It's about time.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Yes, that's why I wanted to make sure we got the experience.
Judging by the fact that the pieces are molten at the edges, the statue was destroyed with fire from a multi-laser turret of the type that is mounted on landing force shuttles. Judging by the dead people's equipment, they were the same wardens the governor sent to the monastery's aid.
Nice. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. I love it. So wonderful, chat. So wonderful. We thoroughly enjoy it. Alright, let's move up the stairs and enter the sanctum. Make sure there's nothing else of note to acquisition. And there is not, as I expected.
The Binaricum awakens the gate's latching mechanism.
Welcome into the chapel of the Messiah. Okay, dude. Chill out. We're just here to pluck an Inquisitor and get out. Well, maybe not. Pascal says he has other things to do.
A new challenge for me?
The heretics were killed swiftly and ruthlessly. They never had time to reach for their weapons.
Ooh. Yeah.
Darkness. darkness lurks beyond the bright flashes. No, two darknesses. One streaked with red, with clanking shackles and false preaching. The other a bilious yellow, the tang of roiling blood and screams of pain.
The colors of this place are flecked with sparks of pain. Bright scarlet, blackish crimson, deathly gray. A kaleidoscope of despair and madness.
Wow. All right. We're going to have to end before long, my dear chat, which is
A mercifully
extreme
quick electric shock
disappointment
was
to
not what
me.
killed this cultist. His face is contorted in pain as if he was tortured.
But we will be continuing
There
tomorrow.
are no wounds on the heretic's body, but his face is contorted in terror, and his eyes are bloodshot from ruptured vessels.
If you've enjoyed what you're seeing, be sure to follow so you know when we're live and the continuation of this wonderful story. Also, if you want to be notified when we start off, you can always jump on the Discord.
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I will repeat my question again. The last electro priest you killed, where did you find him?
Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the corpse emperor!
Another one meets the limit of his utility. The last of them.
You want to meet the real me now?
A tall, dark-haired man
Allow
sizes
me
you
to
up with a quick
introduce
glance.
myself.
The supernatural chill is
We
making the
are
air
the
around him
Emperor's
crackle
chosen.
softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A foresword and a vox hang from his belt, and the emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest.
Interrogator Van Kellogg's, I presume.
Yes. Well, since you know who I am, and are in no hurry to kill me, I infer that you serve the Emperor, not his enemies. Allow me to introduce myself. Interrogator Heinrichs Van Kellogg's of the Imperial Inquisition's esteemed Ordo Xenos. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Shadow. A great big sun-eclipsing, chain-weaving shadow. I can see the threads, myriads of them extending toward us all, and all of them creeping off toward him like snakes, shrouding us in poison. My, oh my, do I sense trouble, and it's right in my throat. It itches.
Wow.
A psyker. Interesting. And a diviner at that. Even more interesting. Are you sanctioned?
I am.
Don't you Inquisition me! I'm under the rogue trader's protection.
Idea's predictions are seldom wrong. I'll be watching. We'll go with this one instead. Idea is a member of my personal retinue, and therefore under my protection.
Your retinue, you say? Then let's go back to my previous question. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
The Master of the Universe, Lord of the Writ, Rogue Trader, Ignatius von Valancius.
Von Valancius? To the best of my knowledge, that dynasty is headed by the esteemed Theodora von Valancius. Has there been a change of circumstances?
She is dead, slain in battle by the enemy of humanity.
The news is lamentable. My condolences. And I presume the heir to the sacred warrant of trade and the lofty title of Rogue Trader is none other than yourself. Well then, what precisely has brought you to the sanctum of the Omnissiah?
I'm here to collect you. I'm under orders from Lord Inquisitor to offer you assistance you may require, after which time I am to provide you passage to Footfall.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task.
Requisitioning? Young man, your choice of words is unseemly to the point of insult. You're addressing a rogue trader.
I don't imagine you'll be any happier if I say taking into inquisitorial custody.
To aid his faithful servant in the fight against corruption is the solemn duty of all whose actions affect millions of the Imperium's subjects. Let your example guide those who will carry the Emperor's light across 1,000 stars.
You are familiar with the works of Inquisitor Alistar the Redeemer. Not every acolyte can say the same, let alone people less initiated. Please forgive my lapse in manners, Lady Navigator Orselio. It is a great honor.
It probably would be super funny, Hermes. But we're gonna see where this goes for now. But I do like your idea there, Hermes. I do.
I came to Rykad Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately suspected a more sinister presence at the root of the mutiny. My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirmed my suspicions. Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion. Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the final dawn, and the special efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the holy power source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped.
You want to meet the real me now?
Reactor, thus being
Allow me
themselves
to
the cause
introduce
of their
myself.
much touted.
We are the
final
Emperor's
dawn.
chosen.
Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you all for all the follows today. I always appreciate all the support. Appreciate you guys just coming and hanging out.
Blasphemous insanity.
As Heinrich Van Kalak speaks, you suddenly notice the way he is looking at you, with his eyes slightly narrowed, as if he is peering into your soul. A soul that is touched by the gift of sorcery. The change in your expression does not escape the interrogator's notice, and you see the corner of his mouth twitch. He must have instantly recognized a fellow psycho.
I can help with Aurora. Why don't we join forces?
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the perils of this place. And extracting blade shards from a person's stomach is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base. I am positive that not all of the electro-priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode. I surmise that the entrance to their hiding place is somewhere in the hall near a machine known as the Circular Cogitator. I imagine it's one of the local sacred relics which the electro-priests treat with special piety.
Mm-hmm.
The fighter's body is still warm, he only bled to death a few minutes ago.
Ooh, improved. I don't think I need more auto guns. Have a couple of them in storage in case we
The
need to use
hard,
them.
uncomfortable somno meditation bed is equipped with neural ports to
Victory
connect the
awaits!
sleeper to the monastery's cogitator network. Access received.
Ah, yeah, boy. Loot.
We require the loot of thousands of
The symbol
worlds.
for the Omnisia is inscribed on the wall, with grooves of electric discharges fanning out from it like a river.
Well, unfortunately, I gotta do some stuff with the family in the house, so I will have to call it here for now. But we will be picking up here tomorrow to continue this lovely adventure. I do hope you'll all join us for that. As I mentioned, there's always the Discord if you want to keep tabs on when we go live, as well as hitting follow here on Twitch so you know when we're live. Thank you each and every one for being here. I do hope you thoroughly enjoyed, as I did. I have been loving Rogue Trader. I love the setting, and Owlcat Games has made a excellent game, and I love it. So I appreciate each and every one of you as you join us here. Let's see, is anyone else playing this? There is another person playing it. We'll get over there and show them some support. But thank you each for being here. Until next time, as always, enjoy the story, and we'll see you all next time.
You want to meet the real me now?